All right. We are live right now, so we are joining in today and give you guys a update about new details regarding the Roger Fortson case that we came to you guys with about a week or two ago. Roger Fortson is a young black man out of Okalaka, I think it's Okaloosa, Florida, who was gunned down at his home by a police officer, a Florida police officer. Now that we know his name, excuse me, they finally given his name and a picture and his face and everything. His name is Eddie Duran, and they so-called fired him. So they updated that about 3 days ago, but the family went. Um, the family came out today in regards to this situation. So we're going to be showing you guys a clip about the situation and let you hear about what his mom has to say and I'm gonna let you see a little news clip about what the news is detailing on it. The mom is saying that the even though that they fired the police officer, he's still able to get his pension. He's still able to get another job in the police force somewhere, and they're still not really just taking accountability for what he did to this young man. So it's still like there's still no justice being served, which I'm with her on that because how is it that he was able to take this young man's life so brutally and still able to be able to get another job in a police force somewhere before they actually take it all the way down? I get that they fired him because they're trying to just detach and get away from him because there was a similar case here in Mesquite that happened where they fired the police officer here, but they fired him with no pension. They fired him just clean right out with nothing. He was detached from the police force and everything, and they prosecuted him for that 15-year-old's murder. But like this situation here is a whole nother situation. So we're getting this out. We're gonna keep talking about this and anything else that comes up like this because this police brutality has to stop against our young black men and women, and we have to be the voices for this. So if this is the way that we can be the voice for this and get our word heard and get things done, then this is the way that we're going to start. Because I know going out in the streets, I mean, people can say what they want to say. All of our lives are in danger. As long as we have the skin color that we have, we are all in danger, especially our young and older black men. So we've got to be the voice of reason for things. And so if we can start here on our platform and get our word, get things heard, and we have a lot of black news outlets or black people that are broadcasting on YouTube and like Roland Martin and all those different people. They really don't talk about a lot of things, but I've seen him. He was finally trying to get the word out or whatever. But a lot of them, they only looking for money. We don't need any money to get this word out. Once we heard about this young man and his family, we got right on top of it. So today, like I said, we're going to come to you with new details on Roger Forson case. This is an update because we saw it this morning. So we got a few people on our panel. We got my husband, Pastor Ragsdale. We got our brother, Charles Ragsdale. And we got our cousin, Elder Curtis Mary. And we hope to have a few more to join our panel. So I'm going to let one of these gentlemen come in. I'm going to let my husband open it up and give his thoughts and details about what he feels. And then I'm going to show one of the clips in regards to this case. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah, that as she said, the Fortson case, fellas, they fired the dude, but to me, it could just turn out to be another uh, cover up, a cover job. They're detaching themselves from this dude, and I think it took them this long to do it because they were really investigating the tape. They were really trying to find angles where they could actually keep him on, and uh, this dude just straight murdered this young man outright. And I'm so tired of hearing, first of all, everyone saying he was a officer or Air Force officer, but that officer, that police officer, did not know he had anything to do with the military. When he went to that boy's house, he saw a black man, and that's what we gotta all look at and remember that you're a black man, whether you rich, whether you poor, whether you're in the military, whether you're not in the military, you're a black man in America. So they took a step, the first step of firing them, which that's what they normally do. But I've seen some happenings uh, up where I believe it was in Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Uh, I think it was my boy Crutcher, where that officer, she was just let go at that precinct, but she kept her license and everything, and she just jumped the county over, whatever, still in, I believe, still in Oklahoma, working. So we'll see, but like my heart goes out to the father and mother and the siblings, because she's still suffering.
All right. Charles, I'm gonna let my brother Charles, who has he's really been into this police force and different things. He's been in the military, so I want him to give us a little insight as to what he thinks. First, I'm going to show the clip. That way, you'll get a little bit more details about the case. And we're going to see the officer's words. That's why I'm going to show the news clip, because this newscaster, she actually had the 39-page document from where they were talking to him, where they actually went in and did the interview with him, and the police words and everything that he said when they were asking him questions as to why he shot, what was he thinking at that time, how was he feeling at that time. So I'm going to show this with you guys right now. Give me just a brief moment. I am going to share my screen with you. So, all right, I saved it. This is the. I'm going to show the. Hold on, just okay. So right now, what I'm going to show is I'm going to show you the newscast, so because she has a lot of details, and like I said, in regards to what the officer was thinking at that time and what he felt like when he was approaching this young man and how he felt and all of this and that, and then that way you guys can get a general consensus about get your thoughts together, and when we get ready to discuss this. So I'm gonna show this clip, and then I'm gonna show a brief clip about his with his mom. So let's play this real quick.
There's no sound.
There's no sound.
Can y'all hear now?
Yes.
Hold on. Can y'all hear now?
No.
Y'all still can hear that? Hold on. Why is that not slow? Hmm. Hold up. Let me know if y'all can hear now. Hold up. Can y'all hear now?
There's no sound still.
No. No sign.
I wonder what happened. Hmm. Y'all bear with me. Also share audio. Okay. My sound is on. Can y'all hear now? Can y'all hear that?
No, no. Can you click on that bell and see if the volume's up or not?
Yeah. What's up? Hold on. I don't know why. 'Cause I'm doing pretty much doing the same thing I did last time. So I don't know. Uh huh. Cause y'all can hear me just fine. Mm.
Well, unfortunately, I feel bad for the family.
Yeah.
This story plays out far too often to where it'll filter through the news cycle for a shorter period of time, and then people's attention spans are so short these days. They're gonna cycle through the news, and he'll be forgotten about and just kind of slide under the radar, and we won't, think about it. This guy have another job somewhere else, uh, working in law enforcement, and so it's going to take the family being really, really consistent with this because the family is all Roger Fortson has right now. Because I don't think after a certain amount of time, the Al Sharptons will go away, filter right back into the latest news cycle. And maybe they'll still keep it going civilly. But yeah, it seems like He's not going to get any justice, though.
Mhm.
Have they made any determination whether or not they're going to file criminal charges, or they're still debating it? Or
Well, they said that that's what I was trying to show. It's what did I just say that was called, baby?
He's he's suspended without pay, with pay or
Yeah, he's suspended. He's fired still with pension, and he's still
oh,
able to go to the police,
well,
another police force, and get a job. That's
Chuck,
what
can
I'm trying to show.
I was going to ask Chuck, can he touch on the dynamic as far from where I'm looking at it? One of the biggest hindrances to us getting justice is it's not always the state. It's that police union, and they're funded better than most state funds. And I'm wondering, Chuck, what part do you think the power of that union plays in the civilians getting justice?
definitely, the police union is the strongest union out there. That's the only union, pretty much, that does what it's intended to do. They protect their own, and it's not just that. They have qualified immunity, and they have, the whole system is rigged, set up to protect, police officers. But yeah,
Well,
you're one
well,
hundred
that's
percent
who
correct.
you're fighting. See, that's you're not. You might sue the state and this and that, but
I grew up
in order to
always
get
on
that,
the bigger side as a kid.
oh, okay, I'll shut up.
It's working now.
We got sound.
Go ahead, Dirty.
Go ahead, Kurt. I was just working on my side. I was trying to make sure I was fixing the sound on it. You
Oh
good?
no, man, I was just saying that most times when I read about stuff or if you listen to any of the legal pundits on these big cases, like uh anytime there's a police involved shooting, the first obstacle is to getting that policeman fired is that union. And the only reason why he's got his pension still is because that union will fight for that pension.
Most definitely.
I
I agree
mean,
one hundred percent.
they'll outspend the state.
Yes, very powerful union. It's the most
Well,
powerfulest union out there.
well, right now he's getting his pension. So that's that. I'm gonna show you this clip from the news later, and then I'm gonna show you the clip from. I'm gonna let his mom speak. So give me just a second. I'm gonna play this clip.
Adulthood.
Contrary. We've got breaking details tonight about the now former Okaloosa County Sheriff deputy who shot and killed senior airman Roger Fortson earlier this month. Deputy Eddie Duran was fired today after an internal investigation determined his use of deadly force was, quote, not objectively reasonable. And tonight we have been digging through this 29-page report. It breaks down the investigation. And for the first time, we are learning about what Duran told investigators about that deadly encounter. When he was asked what he was thinking when he shot Fortson, Duran replied, quote, "It's him or me at this point." Now, some of the video that you're about to see, you may find disturbing. The body cam video is still hard to watch. Okaloosa County Sheriff Deputy Eddie Duran shooting senior airman Roger Fortson 5 times at point-blank range. It happened May 3rd at an apartment complex in Fort Walton Beach. Duran responded after an apartment employee called 911, saying Fortson's next-door neighbor reported a fight inside Fortson's apartment. During a sworn interview last week, Duran told investigators he didn't hear any disturbance as he approached Fortson's apartment. He also told investigators he didn't identify himself after that first knock because he wanted to see what the response was going to be. Duran said he heard a voice inside saying something about police, which led him to believe the person inside knew he was at the door.
Sheriff's office, open the door!
The deputy knocking twice more, announcing himself both times, Fortson opening the door after the third knock with a gun in his right hand that was pointing down. Duran told investigators he saw the gun and aggression in Fortson's eyes, saying, quote, "It was a stare, not so much a, like I said, inquisitive look. So that showed me there was aggression. That showed me there was obviously is a little bit of discontent for me knocking at the door," end quote.
So right there, this right here, what he said, it was a stare, not so much like I said in an inquisitive look. What do you mean? Like I'm not understanding. What did he mean? Like you came to this boy's door, beating on his door, and you didn't announce yourself the first time. And we watched this video the last time, and it was very quiet. There was silent. There was no talking on the other side of that door. So for him to say that he heard somebody say something, he lied. So y'all, if y'all want to rebuttal off of this, or you want to finish watching it, I don't know. I'm just my thoughts. It was just my thoughts about it right there. I'm gonna finish playing it.
Quote. Duran also told investigators Fortson made a slight step towards him, which he considered, quote, resistance. When he was asked why he decided to use deadly force, Duran said, quote, "It was, in all honesty, it was, he's got me. It is him or me at this point, and I need to act as opposed to react." End quote. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is conducting a separate criminal investigation.
The civil rights attorney, Ben Crump, who is representing the Fortson family, released a statement a few hours ago. It reads in
So you see that not objectively reasonable, Charles Jr. I don't know what that means, so that's why I wanted you to kind of answer that if you knew what that means for the reason why they fired him, and is that the reason why they're not taking his pension and stuff away from him? Like, just give me a little, I guess, give us a little breakdown about this, what you just heard with the news and what you just read about that guy's statement. Anybody, Kurt, baby.
He's just doing mental gymnastics to fall back on that same narrative that police always come up with, officer safety. But he just went about it in such a, it sounded like it was fed to him, probably by that police union. Because looking in somebody's eyes, it doesn't really make sense. But I guess, they take some kind of special training to where they can, read people's minds by looking in their eyes or whatever. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either.
No, it makes no sense to me. Number one,
All of those responses are canned. Like Charles was saying, it's all that's legal jargon to cover what the union can stick up for you for, right? So he has to say it that way so the union bylaws would support his legal argument to keep his pension.
right. So what does that not objectively reasonable mean? What does that mean?
Meaning, if you had 5 people there, they want 3 of them wouldn't have reacted that way. One
Okay.
of them might have reacted like him, and one person may have not known how they would have reacted. So you take the majority and you'll say that's what's reasonable.
Okay.
It's basically, at its very basic core, is shoot first and ask questions later. He just phrased it in a more different way. He said he'd rather act as opposed to reacting. And that's
Mhm.
basically just shoot first and worry about the consequences later. That's
Yeah.
what I heard.
And they're saying that wasn't reasonable, right?
Mhm. Yeah. Not objectively. Like they
Yeah.
mean they have no objectives to it, I guess.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna let you hear what his mama had to say because she was just like, "That's like a bunch of mess." Is basically what she's saying. So, and I'm with her on it because, like y'all just explained it, I was thinking the same thing in my head when we were watching it earlier. I'm just like, this guy is sitting here basically saying, "Oh, it was either him or me at this point." You didn't. You came to the conclusion. You were already at that conclusion when you approached that door. You were already at that conclusion, and then when you saw that he was black, you just went overboard. So, and we watched another clip, police clip earlier from the from another. That may be another. Never mind, cancel that. But I'm gonna let y'all listen to his mom. Hold on, give me a second.
We also have present with us Reverend Sheriff to his face, Sheriff Aiden of the Okaloosa Sheriff's Department. She told the generals and the military, everybody, we cannot let them stain his name, his reputation, because he was too good of a person. And so she continues with this latest news of the termination to say there still appears to her to be an effort to stain his name. So that's where we start. As we've said when we first found the news out, that this is a step forward. Deputy Duran, the law enforcement officer who shot and killed Senior Airman Roger Fortson while he was in his own apartment. It's a step forward. As the sheriff said after the investigation, that it was not objectively reasonable for him to shoot and kill Senior Airman Roger Fortson. And you look at the video for yourself. And he executed him within a matter of seconds of him merely opening the door. He was a licensed registered gun owner in the state of Florida, of all places, that promotes the Second Amendment. He was militarily trained to use a gun. He was responsible. He respected law enforcement. He respected authority. He was special ops. He was an American patriot. He had every right to the constitutional guarantees that every American citizen had. And so he had a constitutional right to have his registered gun as a registered gun owner. And when you look at the video, he kept it in the down position. He never raised that gun. He didn't even have his finger on the trigger. And he was trying to comply with the officer the whole time, even after he shot him 6 times, point blank range, without giving any verbal command to drop the weapon. It was while Roger was on the ground dying, he was still trying to comply with the police officer's commands. The police officer said, drop your weapon. And Roger's on the ground saying, I don't have it. The gun is over there. And he said, I can't breathe.
That right there, ooh, that lady, my heart just goes out to her because that's I ain't never lost a child in Jesus. We gonna cover her with the blood of Jesus because she needed, his father needs it, his whole entire family right now needs the covering. They need the blood because this right here, that's disheartening for you to just inhumanely shooting and unalive somebody like that. That's inhumane. This but they're about to show what she's about to say, so give me a second.
You feel incredible pain, incredibly pain.
Hey, if you live in one of these cities right here,
This is extremely emotional. Um, so I'm going to try to finish my comments so you can hear from Ms. Fortson, and then we will move on. That uh, he was had aggression in his eyes, and he his calling on the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to bring criminal charges because this wasn't mere negligence. This was criminal, and he should be held accountable. And finally, as Mika said, as only a mother could say, she said, Attorney Crump, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. He got a slap on the wrist, but he still has his credentials. He still have his pension. He can go to another police department and get another job. He gets to go home and see his family. Roger never gets to come home.
Hold on.
She has
Can you
to
hear it
go
now?
to the cemetery to see her
Yes.
baby. It isn't fair, she said. It just isn't fair. In fact, she's going to tell you where she was at when she got the call that he was being terminated. And so this is extremely emotional, as you all have witnessed here this morning. But she's going to do her best, as Reverend Kennedy said, to continue to defend her child, especially his legacy, and not let anybody stain his reputation. He was an American patriot, and as the report found, there was nothing he did to cause this police officer to be justified in shooting and executing him. Nothing he did. He committed no crime. Now you're going to hear from his mother, Miss Mika Fortson. Take it down.
Everybody want my reaction to how I feel about him being fired. First of all, since my son was murdered, I never looked at any videos, and I didn't even read the report that they put out. Everything came to me as my family read it or a friend read it. I was at Lincoln Cemetery finishing his plaque to go on his mausoleum space when I got the call. That's not justice for me. It's so many lies in that report. It's so much left out in that report. When we did a press release, they had a picture up of my baby. Roger is left-handed. Roger gun was in his right hand pointed down. I put so many pictures of my baby on social media. It will never be aggression in his eyes if he wanted to. Roger was helping me raise his 16-year-old brother. He don't know how to put aggression in his eyes. No, I don't feel like that was justice. Y'all still staying in his record. He's living. Why do he still have his credentials? Why do he still have his pension? You took a whole month to fire him because you waited for him to get another job so it won't be on his resume that he got fired from the police department. He resigned and came back. Let's be clear. Don't let this gold teeth fool you guys. I'm not dumb. I do my homework. One thing we say, if you the smartest person in your circle, get a different circle. I'm not the smartest person in my circle.
Mm.
I want justice for my child. You're not going to throw me a bone. Take his credentials, take his pension, let the world know why he resigned and came back. Bring up charges against him. He thought he wasn't going to make it home to his family. Guess what? This one did it. That was his sister's birthday weekend. He was fully dressed. That means he was on the way out the door to us. But he didn't make it. You had military training. So you know what body movement means. I got 5 kids. When I go to the school, when they get in trouble, I tell them, watch your body language. They don't have to say nothing, but the way they move, I can tell them if they disrespecting one of their teachers. Let's be clear. That is not justice. That's you thinking you throwing me a bone and I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. And the fact that everybody keeps saying that my son was on the floor begging them to help him, and you think I'm gonna be okay with what you guys did? No, I'm not okay with that. And to be honest with you, he wasn't begging you. He was still fighting for us. Like he told me when he was in Kuwait, he didn't die because he was fighting to get back to Harmony and Andre. You and the lady that came in behind you had time to call the ambulance to get him help. But you tried to cover up your mistake, so you let him lay there and die. That's not justice for my child. I want justice. I put everybody out the house every day to make my house dark, to pray that his ghost will come in and just tell me bye. So you think it's justice? There'll never be justice for taking my baby.
Whew. Lord have mercy. Mm. Mm. Yeah, I just wanted to. What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts?
I'm angry,
Everybody,
man. I'm
I
angry,
am too. I'm very angry, but
bro.
in that right there with my anger, I'm gonna show. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back on there and I'm gonna show y'all the picture of this. They finally released his picture, so I'm gonna show his picture and put it up. I'm gonna get his face out there. I want people to share this and keep sharing it. Keep saying his name. Get his name out there. I want people to just run him up because that is not fair. That's not fair. That's wrong. We had another story but we ended up finding out that it was fake news. It was another story that it said that a black man went to a prom and shot this white officer's daughter because he had killed his son about a year or so ago. But it ended up being fake news. But if we start I for an eye, two for a two, they'll stop that. They'll stop it.
Man, just think about this. George Zimmerman is still running around going to gun shows and getting paid money to appear places and stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
we got but
Unbelievable.
we got all these gangster, we got all these gangster Negroes out here though.
Mm.
They threw their mom. I think they threw Trayvon mama a bone, and
They
she took
did.
it.
This lady
So
said they
they,
throw
I
her
mean,
one.
everybody's getting thrown a bone. I mean, it's some cases in Muskogee where a little homie got off by the police, and I think they threw his family a bone, and they hush, little hush money, and everything is okay. So, and now this mother is saying it won't, you know, it won't do her justice, but I really feel they're gonna just try to wait her out and that time pass by. And like
No,
somebody said earlier, it'll die down and it'll stop being talked about because this is not really being talked about. It's not major news. Matter of fact, they talking more about you know, the P. Diddy situation than they talking about this issue
Yeah.
because,
well, but here's the thing about all of that, right? What you said is true. But the person who's feeding her the bone and that's gonna get her to give in is that bald headed devil that was speaking for her.
Oh yeah.
Crump.
Sure. For sure.
exactly. Cause he
Mm.
just he just wants his money. He
For
there
money.
for money, for real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And
But this is
no amount of money is gonna bring her son back, and it's not gonna mend. No amount of money is gonna mend her heart. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take time and God to she'll never get over that. That's just gonna be time. Time right now is her best friend. You know, time is her best friend. Those kind of situations, time is the only thing you can really rely on and just have faith in God. But until black people in America, until we see that and start reacting in a more aggressive way. I hate to say it like that, but it's got to be more aggressive. It's got to be a more aggressive way we handle things so that it'll stop. That's why we don't have the Malcolm X leaders anymore because Malcolm X would have did something. The Black Panthers back in the 50s and 60s, that would have been an issue. But right now, we've got so commercialized and we're so into America and the American way and trying to follow and keep up with the white man and trying to be a part of what he's doing that and we just fall for whatever he throw. He throw the bone out there for us, we take it. And our youth and our young black men are still dying. And instead of us coming together, if y'all watch, the news and watch social media and stuff, our black women are behaving like our black hoodlums. They getting roughed up by the police now. But you just watch the way they behaving with the police. I mean, the bro, the this, the that, and fighting them and stuff like that. Before long, we're gonna have a whole lot of sisters being murdered by the police before long, and it's gonna get real. It's gonna get worse than what it already is. I feel that.
Yeah, I feel that too. But by the same token, the young man didn't say shit to him. They killing us no matter what you are. You could be a doctor on your way from home, or you could be a thug in the street. The thing of it is, here until 4 or 5 policemen show up on a house call, and get blasted in their face first, it ain't gonna change. You get 4 or 5 policemen that a black person answer their door, instead of answering their door, they blow a double barrel 12 gauge through the door and say they thought the police was gonna come in to kill them, and they shot first. It's gonna have to be some of that before it changes. See, in the Black Panther days, the reason why they had respect is because, shoot, a policeman couldn't just come up in there shooting. He might get shot. But they killed that whole generation out with dope in prison. So now we got a situation where we're damned if we do and damned if we don't. And unfortunately, us as black people, our personal family problems, now the wages of our sin is bringing us nothing but death because we're out of order. If the white man thought there was a black man at home that would protect his family, he wouldn't come up to that door so bold. He just wouldn't.
That's facts. That's facts.
For real.
Because back in the day, you remember the police would take you to your house. If they, especially if they knew you had a daddy there, they wouldn't take you to jail. They'd take you to your daddy's house.
Yep.
When they knew, and it wasn't no pulling a gun or nothing. It was like, we taking you home because we know you got a daddy there, and we gonna let your daddy know what you did, and you're about to get handled. But because of the lack of the black man and the presence of the black man in the home, we have these things, and this mother is standing really by herself, and it's a real big sign of a broken home, because why Crump standing with her? That boy got a dad.
That's
But
the
it's
question
obvious
I asked.
they wasn't together. You know, they wasn't together. So it was a broken home, because the last time we saw their last press conference, his dad was there with a separate sibling, you know, and you could tell there was a divide there. And people think, oh, we can move over, but when it's a divide, man, people can see it, and society can see it. And I like to always, I put everybody in that group. You may not be like that. I may not be like that, but the majority rules. And we're still being seen as the same. So who knows when I may be pulled over by the police just having a bad day. So he decided to look in my eyes. Because I know I can look at a person and kind of tell them some things. So this brother this Mexican or whatever he is, he just said he looked in his eyes and got scared. Basically.
Do blue eyes show aggression?
All the time. All the time. I think they the devil. When I look at them, I don't see nothing but the devil. A white man with all white hair, blue eyes, and funny looking face, I'm scared of him. I don't want to sit there and look at him. So should I shoot him? Should I kill him? Because he looks aggressive? No. But everybody black is aggressive. Everybody.
Everybody know Grandpa Mary. Everybody was that evil. I was a little kid listening to him talk about that evil blue-eyed devil. Remember that, Harold?
Yeah. But I also remember I
was scared to go to school when they busted us across town.
The blue-eyed devil would not come up on this door. I mean, they had to sit in that yard and talk to him, and he had to okay them coming up to that door, because they knew that. And that's the problem with us today. They don't fear us anymore.
That's what it is. No fear.
They say these kids, and it starts with just the our young black boys. They don't have a man in the house saying you don't let that Mexican or that white boy call you the N word. Oh, that's my homie. We good. What's up, my nick? Say, man, they didn't do that. We didn't allow that coming up.
Nope.
We didn't allow that kind of stuff coming up. There's no fear for us anymore. Don't nobody fear us. And you know what? That starts with our own people disrespecting us.
Yep.
We have
Well,
no fear. No one fears the black man anymore.
you know, that N word might have been thrown around a lot within their own houses, but when we were growing up, I never, ever, they wouldn't have the gall, the nerves to call you that to your face. You know,
Yeah,
now it'll happen quick.
that's what he said.
Right.
That's their go-to.
Yeah.
Oh, but it, and with our young kids, it's a friendly thing. I
Yep.
mean, it's cool. It's okay. That's my homie, so he could do that. And the majority of the guys I see that allow that ain't nothing but a woman in the house, a mom and a grandma in the house. They don't know any better. They don't know any better, man. This poor I My heart goes out to Fortson, man, because from what I see, Fortson really his whole life was for his mother and his sisters, and it was like it's almost like he had the weight of the world on him, trying to just take care of him anyway, and going into the military, risking his life and doing things to make a better day for his mother, and I just feel a son goes to I mean, say, I remember when you went away to the military, Chuck, uh, they wouldn't take moms and daddies, they wouldn't take nothing from you. They told you to live your life. But
Most definitely.
Fortune, it seems to me, and I'm just saying, say man, seems like all he was doing take care. That wasn't his place to take care of his mom. Let me shut up.
My. Say, look, I can relate to that though.
Hey, but you know what though? At least she fighting like hell
She
for him.
fighting.
She
Because
ain't to
she
be
fought for
fooled.
them.
That
She's
ain't no
not.
dumb woman.
She's not. And a lot of these boys that are raised by their mamas and grandmamas, a lot of them don't play either. Some of them choose the routes that they choose, and they go the way that they go. Like that dumb boy that we were just talking about earlier in the graduation, throwing up gang signs, and you want to fight.
But I say that about this. Dead is dead.
It
Her
is.
son ain't coming back. And I got a feeling that pickle head, peanut head, black Charlie Brown looking crumb, that's the one that's gonna take all the money. And
Of
if
course,
and you know what? If she ain't careful, one of these churches will get all that money too.
Brian.
So
That's why the daddy.
That's why
That's
they.
why the daddy ain't in the mix.
I said that
thank you.
earlier, Kurt. I said
That
that
should be
earlier.
that he was speaking words the daddy should have been speaking, whether
I
he the
said,
lawyer.
Right, right,
hmm.
But you remember that boy?
exactly.
Hey, you remember when that young man got shot? He survived, but he's like in a wheelchair.
I
Not too
remember
long ago, they separated them parents.
that
They
black
split
boy.
the daddy up,
Sure did.
and Crump took over speaking with the mom.
That's what they do. That's what they do. He trash. All of them trash. Remember that black girl that the white lady shot because she came up to her door and she shot her. Al Sharpton, Trump, Crump, all of them was together. And then you don't see or hear anything else about it because I know they paid that lady up under the table and you ain't heard another word.
They fade into the background just as
Paid
quick as
into
they
the
came in.
Yeah, you hear, see nothing. But we gonna keep this up. Like I got that picture of that Eddie Duran. That's his name. I got his picture up right here, and I'm about to show his picture. I'm gonna blow it up so we can see it. We're gonna get him out there because enough is enough. If it starts with us, hey, it starts with us. But this doesn't make sense. because this could have been either, and it has been one of our own. You know, my husband's son was murdered, was unalive by the police here. So it doesn't have to touch our home in order for us to do something about it.
Man, I can't even really say what uh what I really feel about it, because everybody ain't me, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
better or worse than nobody. But I would just say this: I've been on felony trial 2 times for trying to do something to a police officer. I put it
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And my point was, I feel like God gave me this life. And if you fool enough not to use your gun and you gonna beat me up or beat me to death, then you get what you get.
Mm,
But now I thank God that I don't have sons, because I'm the type of father, which I'm sure Harold is. If you knew how to do it, man, if we knew the truth, it'd be some justice served for
mhm.
Tay. I can tell you that right now. I don't say much, but if I just knew what happened, say one way or the other, that ain't gonna lay. That ain't. You might have to leave the state, but the way they did that and excluded you from the information, that's
Mhm.
what gets done to every black father who don't have a sellout talking for him. Meaning,
Right.
if you don't have a Crump or a Sharpton or somebody trying to be Crump or Sharpton, you don't get no justice as no black parent.
They don't even want to
Right.
hear from. They don't even want to
No,
hear from.
no. All they want to know is what your number is. See, how much is it going to cost for you to go away? That's
Yep.
not justice.
And
That's
I
what's
noticed
interesting, though.
they hide the names of
Yeah.
the officers. They hide them up under the rug. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that big time lawyer and that big time publicity, they
Yep.
hide their name, and
And
they you
here's
never
the
know who
funny
did
thing
it.
about it: they silence their own witnesses. Meaning this, they don't even tell you all the policemen that was on there on site,
Right.
because
Yep.
all of them got radios, and the ones that ain't got nothing to do, soon as they hear a call, they might park up the street, but they there watching.
Yep.
Well, in the courtroom, that's called a witness. They hide them all the time.
Well, answer this. Answer this. Okay, y'all talking about this union and how the union support this that. Okay, they fired this dude. Will that pension and all that stuff stay in effect if this dude is convicted, or if he's accused, brought up on charges of murder, and will that pension and all that stuff stay in place?
I mean,
No,
I think,
it'll be like that one here in Mesquite. They took everything from him. Like once they really get rid of them,
yeah,
like
if he
completely,
gets convicted, yeah,
yeah, if he gets
that's
convicted,
gone.
it goes away. But for right now, he's still getting everything that he can go. Like she said, he can go to another police force. He already been hired. He left and came back. So that lets you know they didn't let him go. He's really not fired.
And to tell you the truth, the fact that you're willing to shoot a black person, that's currency. That's not a mark against you. That's
Exactly.
currency. In their world, that's currency.
Mm,
And he
mm.
looked like he used
It,
to kin to
yeah.
David Zimmerman's people. Look at him. This is picture up that I got posted up here. He a Mexican. Or he's whatever he is. He's not even American.
No.
But you killed an American.
They are even more dangerous if
Yes.
you
And they
know.
bagging him because he's in the blue.
And honestly, the behavior of some of the officers that's our color, the same way. You know,
Thank you. I've been preaching that for the longest. Thank you.
It's a ding 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 for Harold Jean.
Nah, it's just the truth.
He been
It's the
saying it
truth.
though. He been saying it for
Until
like
until you get until you get on the other side of one,
that's
that
right.
ain't for us. I'd rather deal with it. To be truthful, I'd rather deal with a patty, as Grandpa Murray called them. I'd rather deal with a patty than deal with my own kind.
Oh man. Mm.
For real.
How about it? But his name is Eddie Duran. So we're gonna get his name out there. We're gonna get his face out there. Everybody started putting his name up there, and a lot of people on the internet, these folks on TikTok, these folks on Google, everybody, all of these people, they know how to
Hey,
find them.
and
Every-
a lot of your Hispanic people that come from like not even Mexico, but Nicaragua, Honduras,
Honduras, yeah.
they have a worse race problem than we do. Meaning, as much as it's hard to imagine, they can be a bigger devil than that blue-eyed one all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
hate to say that. You wouldn't think it, but yeah, they got a bad race. And a lot of them are quarter, they 20% black or whatever, but they got a real bad concept of us.
Yep.
You know
yeah,
what I'm
we had
saying?
an encounter with them. What were they, baby? Honduras, Honduras. They from Honduras. We had an encounter with them.
Yeah, they.
They
Yeah, I've had several encounters since I moved to Texas with the ones from Honduras.
Yep.
It's just some pockets of the law enforcement. It's a culture issue. It's the whole police. In general, it's not. It doesn't have anything to do with race. It's how they're trained, their mentality. A lot of them, and how they handle. It comes down to ego too. They want to rule over you. And show
That's
their
what it is.
authority and
That's
quick to
why it
go
would
hands
be
on.
it would be hard for me to get off into the law enforcement because I couldn't get down with I'm no longer black, I'm blue. You know what I'm saying? The blue, it would be almost impossible for me to just say I'm down with the blue and I'm for the blue. You know what I'm saying? Like just what happened here with this man being murdered, shot 6 times point blank range. Say, man, blue, black, purple, whatever suit. I just couldn't stand beside that. My moral
Right.
fortitude wouldn't allow me to stand up for him and say, well, this is my brother. No, partner, you wrong.
Yeah, if you wrong, you wrong.
Right. And I couldn't stand beside that. I just couldn't stand beside that. That's like saying I'm gonna stand beside, my son. And if he did something wrong, I'm gonna stand beside you and go out. No, I'm not going all the way to prison with you. No.
Shit, no.
You gotta do that time, homeboy, you messed up. So
Yep.
that blue uniform, that's my issue. Whether I white, black, or whatever, my moral fortitude will not let me stand with no police officer. And I've sat and talked to black police officers, and they justify they use big words or whatever. Use this. Well, you gotta understand it. Say, man, I ain't gotta understand nothing. I'm not gonna stand for that mess. I can't stand with you and you put that uniform on and say, man, put it like this. You take a black man, take his police uniform off and let him get pulled over, he just a black man.
Yeah.
And as long as that's like that, I
I
can't
mean,
stand with the blue.
I think it's a noble profession when you out there, enforcing laws that mean stuff like taking murderers off the street, putting pedophiles in prison, locking up rapists and people that create real victims. But the traffic cops just going out there generating money, writing tickets for bogus speeding tickets, or you know what I'm saying? Those,
Yeah, the municipalities. Yeah.
I that's something that I think is because a lot of incidents happen from just basic traffic stops.
Yep.
Right. Yep. Yep.
And
And
yeah, the
don't ask.
police is called, you respond, but you don't overstep what you're there to do.
But they make it almost impossible. I've been watching, even with the females, they make it almost impossible for you not to overstep, because if you ask, why did you pull me over, they make that like you're resisting.
Yeah. Man, well, hey, what is what does your average white man call a black man in a police uniform?
The N word.
Nigga,
Yeah.
that's what he call him. So that's
Yeah.
my point. My point is you have to have some discernment if you're gonna do that job. You know what I'm saying? How many times have you seen the story where undercover black police officer get the shit beat out of him by his white coworker?
No, it happens, man. It really does.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
does,
I've heard it myself, straight from the
man.
mouths of.
That's why I told you I can't be down with the blue. Right, man. They gonna turn on me, man. I can't. I just stay black, bro. For real. For real. I just stay black. I'm good.
I was born black. I'm gonna die black. Hello.
Yeah.
Say,
I
and
mean,
if
there's
I was,
police officers where they know you pro-black, and they don't even come get you for the BS. I mean, it's brothers that handle their job with integrity. I see it, but it's the other ones, man, that's trying to show out and get rank, and it's like, man, come on, bro.
I think those are the ones that was like busters coming
Yep.
up,
Yeah.
and they really wasn't accepted by blacks, or you know what I'm saying. They was like the geek squad or whatever, just the straight busters.
Hall monitor ass niggas.
Yeah. You don't want to get
I'm
pulled
sorry
over by
about
them.
the language, but
Don't get pulled over by them, because they put that badge on, and I mean, for real. Say, man.
Say, what
Say.
about the ones that beat that black man up? How many of those was, baby? 4 or 5 of them. Then they included this one white guy. You remember? One of them, he was I guess the dude had been talking to his girlfriend or ex.
Oh yeah,
well, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was very
brutal.
brutal.
They just stood
They
him up
beat
and just
their
beat him.
own. Yeah, that was messed up. You ain't heard anything else about that either. It's quiet, died, let go, because they paid him.
Yeah, but I think all them Negroes went to prison.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we need to pull that up. We're gonna pull that up one day.
They
We gonna bring that back. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna see what happens.
And what about the police officer that he shot the white woman on accident? His ass went to prison.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in Minnesota.
Yeah. I'm just saying he ain't get the union didn't do nothing for that brother.
Didn't speak up for him.
Nope.
While I was doing this, doing my little investigation on this and on that other story that we were going to talk about, I saw where this white family just got $19 million from Colorado. That the white police officers shot and killed their son in the car, and he pulled a knife on them, swung the knife, and they just paid them $19 million. They were on Inside Edition.
Wow.
And this happened a year ago. Yeah, they didn't have no big time lawyer with them. They just got $19 million.
I don't see where Crump get $19 million out of any of his.
I was about to say, you ain't heard no black family getting no $19 million, but these white
they might get $100,000 and the 100,000,
and they gonna be satisfied with it. No, they if they can get 19 million, you can too. It's one lady here in Dallas. She was special needs, and they took her to jail, and she lost her baby. They just gave this woman $1 million, and she $1 million. They just did this a couple days ago.
$1 million is not a lot though
$1 million. That's what
for
they
what
gave.
she went through. That's worth way more than that.
Yep. Special needs, and she lost her child, lost her baby. She had the baby in the cell, and nobody would help her.
Wow.
Yep, the baby died in there.
That's foul, man.
I mean, I think certain things shouldn't be like what I didn't like about the the Fortson issue is like, when we're just poor people. Don't say that.
Say
Don't
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't believe you should let your right hand know what your left hand is doing.
that's right.
Don't say you poor because they done already set you
They
up with
just
a
yeah,
seven.
they didn't set the price. They said
It was
already.
Yeah,
already established.
yeah, yeah,
Yep. As
yeah,
soon as you
yeah,
say that, it tells them a lot.
Yep.
yeah,
You can't go
yeah.
on there talking about nobody, no. You can't do that.
Oh my goodness. But that's true. He's a pole down here, man. So he's a pole. We can't do nothing for we self.
Hey, and Crump sound like he fresh out of episode of Roots, man.
He's so dumb. He's dumb. Whoa.
Oh
Least
man.
is you dumb as you through. He is you done.
Say man, for real, Crump sound like he got his education at ATI. What's that? Little Romeo school, man. ATI College.
ACDC College.
Yeah.
Man.
Say.
Yeah, he's
that nigga sound like Evander Holyfield trying to hold a press conference. Man.
I would. He hit you with the good one.
For real. Ooh, man.
We're just making light. We ain't making fun. We're just making light. But
yeah, we making fun. Sorry, boy.
But his mother, Fortson's mother's gonna have to stand tall. Because Crump will sell her out.
Gonna stand tall with him.
Yeah, he gonna sell her.
We got 150, and he's gonna get, a lot of that.
Yeah.
Probably 30-40% of what he settled for. So
but if she really stick to her guns, you'll hear about him dropping her.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's other black attorneys out there that'll pick this up in a heartbeat, and they'll take less.
Hey, it's some white attorneys that probably do a better job.
Yeah, she can't. She can't. You right. She can't be like Toby, and then $75,000 Kunta Kinte.
Yeah,
right.
Go like that.
Yeah,
no.
I'll be waiting on Crump to say Fiddler. Damn.
Oh my god. Say that couldn't she hire someone like military based, or shouldn't you would think that the Air Force would just come in and just take over that case for them since it was one of their own.
Yeah, some retired military JAG.
Right.
Yeah. I seen the Pentagon did a press release about this. They were talking about it or whatever. I mean, had she probably gone that way, I'm sure they would have helped her. But she didn't go that way. The first thing she did was, I believe, Crump reached out to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she just went with it. She she wasn't in her right state of mind, so she just went with it. Her family members.
They send him out to every.
Yeah, get Crump. He'll do it. And they all standing there with their hand out, all of them.
And the church too. Now the church now.
Man, boy,
yeah.
They selling that church. Or her pastor Bryant.
Yeah, when Crump
Man.
get through, hey, when Crump get through, she gonna be snaggletooth. He gonna have them gold teeth.
Man, she ain't got the one curse. She just got one. I told baby earlier, I said she was sitting at the back of the church at first. Now she's sitting at the front. Hello, somebody.
Yeah.
This
Just
is
for a quick minute.
our distinguished member. She's one of our own. She's our distinguished member. Say, man, all of them bottom feeders. All of them. They are.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's disgusting.
No, Harold, what you said, man? Getting in another attorney. I think that would have been her best move.
Right. Because, man, come on, man.
I think if I was ever in a situation where, I needed, I wouldn't go to Crump.
No. He would be the last person.
He's going to get you is publicity for a while. I'll tell you what, though. The fact that this kid was in the Air Force, I feel like is the only reason it has gone as far as it has.
That's it. You right.
That's the only reason.
That's the only reason. And that's all he keep hollering. Oh, he was a American patriot. He was a this. He was a that. But you never said that he was a young, black, innocent man. He's a black man first.
In the privacy of his own home. What about that?
What about it? Yeah. Yep. That's who he is. Right. And he keeps saying that he don't want his name stained. Well, they're already staining it.
Yeah. They stained it when they killed him like that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they stomped all over, left him there to die. No help. Yeah. They watched him die.
Executing you.
Yeah, 6 shots.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, man, you know what? At the end of the day, I hired me a white attorney that didn't even want to take the case. Because if you get that dude, a white man, to believe in your case, he's gonna take it wherever it need to go. Crump, when that money don't hit the right price, he gonna say, "I'm referring you to one of my affiliates."
That's what he do.
Trade you on down. Yeah, man.
Because he's a Negro.
Yeah, that nigga there, man.
Right, man.
Yeah, he's a Negro. That's what Negroes do. That's what they do. Yeah. They chew you up and spit you out and don't pick you back up again.
Hey, what was they, Kurt? They stink, they don't bite.
Oh, man.
Hey, man, I'm getting my butt off here. Y'all ain't gonna bother me tonight.
Yeah, say, y'all. We was just getting on here, but we want this name out here. We want this Eddie Duran. So we want everybody that watched this video to get his name out there. I want everybody to just go in. Go in.
Yes, both.
Don't let them sleep. Nobody. Anybody that's affiliated with him. Nobody needs to sleep because this woman is not sleeping. This father is not sleeping. We're
gonna be on it. We own it.
We're gonna keep his name out, and we finna post him everywhere because they just not giving us his face, his name, and everything. And I don't think that's right. I don't have social media outside of YouTube, but everybody else that do share.
Keep it up.
Share. Get his name, Eddie Duran.
Eddie, somebody's watching you.
Get his name out. They'll say, "Oh, you angry? Yeah, we're angry. We're angry.
I always feel like somebody's watching me." Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah, we want it out there because that doesn't make sense. They always say, "Oh, well, don't," like when they have the mass shootings and stuff. Oh, well, don't post their names and don't do. Well, this is a different situation. His name needs to be out there. This is a totally different situation. So we want his name out there.
I see aggression in his eyes looking at his picture.
That little smirk, that little smug on his face. Yeah. He was the one that was aggressive. 2 seconds you open up the door, you already had your mind made up. But you was finna
you already know it.
2 seconds. You didn't even get a chance. The boy had his hand up in a defensive mode. He didn't even move. You talking about he made a step towards you? Lies, I tell you, they're all.
And then
lies.
he's still talking shit to him after he put 6 bullets in him. He on the ground.
And check it out, Kirk. The boy was left-handed and had his gun in his right
In his
hand.
right hand.
Boy,
More lies. More lies. Then after you shot him 6 times, put your gun away. Put your gun. He didn't even have his gun in his hand.
Yeah, that was to make your that was all
you was covering up. You were covering.
So that's for the camcorder. You notice when they when they're apprehending someone, they're always saying stop resisting, stop resisting.
Yes,
they have
do
to
that.
have
We
it
just
on
watched
tape.
the video.
It has to be on tape.
Yeah,
they do that.
Gun.
They do.
Yeah.
They do that, man. That's crazy. Giving them a reason to punch you in your face. You just
put the gun down. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
Oh my goodness. But tell about that drunk white lady, that video we just watched earlier. How all nice they were to this lady. And
my God.
He ran up on a tree in between a guardrail. She was drunk. And they treated her with so much dignity and respect.
Yeah, man. Say.
Yeah.
And we just watched these 3 black girls get drugged, skull drugged.
Yeah.
Because
they treat our teenagers like they
because 3 fat white women in a restaurant said that they came in and threatened them. They skull drugged them out of a car.
Damn.
But this white lady almost ran them over and killed them. And they just politely just pulled her out the car and gave her so many chances and treated her with so much dignity and respect.
Yeah. Man,
but you know what? And we gotta get over it. But listen, it's a Detroit police officer, a black man, was called over to his family member's house to scare this little, I think he was 11 or 10-year-old, and he went over there because that boy had been being bad, and he took his taser out and was just making it make sounds. He did not taser, he was just trying to scare him. The little boy started crying. You know, one of the family members send that video in and got that man fired, got the police officer fired. They trying to fire him for trying to scare this boy straight because he acting up.
Yeah. Y'all will beat his ass up. Y'all will beat him up, but yeah.
For real.
Wow, he got fired for not even tasing when somebody.
He didn't even tase.
No. Chuck, he was laughing. He was laughing while the boy was crying. He was laughing. You want to be in trouble? He was just trying to scare that little boy straight.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me let y'all watch real quick.
He was trying to scare the little boy straight.
Darkest chapters. These are 3 predators.
We're gonna watch.
Tonight, the 7 investigators are revealing a problem cop's startling misconduct that his own department never knew about.
It's just the latest example in our ongoing investigation, revealing how officers have been able to leave one agency under a cloud of controversy, only to join another.
Here's 7 investigator Ross Jones.
It's 8 o'clock on the morning of December 4th, 2020, and Oakland County Sheriff's Deputy Greg Marone is behind the wheel.
That ain't the one I'm talking about. I don't want to see that one. Hold on. How you gonna show? That's the wrong one.
That look like them, don't it?
This it right here, but they showed something else.
They were trying to fire him at the board meeting. they done turned the black people against the black board meeting. They said, "Do you think that was wrong?" Nah, man, I'm late for the meeting, man.
That's the one I want. Yeah, this is supposed to be it right here.
Police abuse, police accountability, police reform issues.
That was Commissioner Willie Burton at last week's meeting of the Detroit Board of Police Commissioners. He was complaining that Chief James White is not doing enough to hold rogue officers accountable.
And yet, when given the chance to take away the pay of an officer recently charged with 2 felonies, the board voted overwhelmingly not to.
Well, tonight, 7 investigator Ross Jones is trying to understand why, and he is revealing video of the officer's alleged crimes, too. We do want to warn you, the content is disturbing.
Who was you just beating up?
Nobody.
It is video that's difficult to watch that last month led to felony charges against a Detroit police officer.
It don't hurt that bad.
In uniform is Officer Caleb Williams, aiming his department-issued high-voltage taser at his 10-year-old nephew. It might sound like he's firing it. He's actually arcing the taser. It creates an electric current between the 2 probes and is meant to warn or intimidate a target.
It clearly instilled fear.
Monday.com is the best way we found.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The boy at school beating up people.
Yeah. He beating up people, and then the family member recorded him doing that and turned it into the police. One of his own family members. I guess they thought they about to get some money.
Man, I'd have put my finger on that taser when I was 10 years old.
You did what?
I said I'd have put my finger on that taser when I was 10. Like, you little old sissy. Who he beating up? Kindergartners?
Somebody, because he just asked me to beat up. So apparently his sister or somebody called him over there.
But you see how they probably treating that officer like he the biggest, baddest.
You see, they had him on. They gave him 2 felony charges, and they want him to take his money. They want him to take his pension.
Wow.
They don't want this officer that killed Fortson the pension to be taken, but they want this man's pension to be taken. And it was a whole boardroom full of black people that said, "No, we're not going to take it."
Yeah.
Man. Wow.
Two said yes. The other one said no.
That's a scapegoat right there.
Wow.
What's a scapegoat, Chuck? What that mean?
Means, the brother's the one that they, hold accountable for things.
Yeah.
Yep. And really what he was doing was trying to scare, like that show they used to have out, Scared Straight.
Yeah.
He just took it to to his family member's house.
That's all it was.
That's all it was, Scared Straight.
Man, they used to take them boys in the penitentiaries, man.
Yeah.
That little thing, he turned a taser on? Come on, man.
Yeah. Wow. They want that, but
here's the thing about it, though. You've had police officers kill somebody in the street on camera, and you ain't tried to go no steps to take their pension.
Right.
But this man go try to scare a potentially bad kid that y'all gonna shoot in the street in 2 or 3 years. He tried to scare him straight, and now he got charges. Wow.
Family member. Yeah.
We can pick back up on this one, but we in a minute.
Let's keep it going.
We're gonna pick back up on this one a little later because it's gonna be in more detail. So we're gonna pick back up on this story because I think that's faulty too. So we thank y'all for joining our live today and with our new details regarding the Roger Fortson case. And like I said, we want you guys to get this guy's name out there. Again, his name is Eddie Duran, Duran. So all you TikTokers, Facebookers, Instagram, all you people that's got all of these social media sites, let's get his name out there. Let's get his picture everywhere. Let's flood the internet with this man.
We're watching you, Eddie.
Let's flood it. Let's flush him out. Because these men can't sleep, they shouldn't sleep either.
We're watching you, Eddie.
Yeah, we watching it. Everybody needs to be watching.
Yeah, we on you. We on
you. We watching him because that's wrong. And we need justice for this young man. We need justice for all of our young black men and our young black women because there's going to be more of them because it's getting worse. We've been watching a lot of stuff on here and it's bad. It's bad though. We need to teach our young black males we start teaching them to comply, but even when you teach them to comply, you see this guy was complying and he still got killed. They still unalived him. So what's next? What else? What else can we say? We're teaching them to do that. This woman, they taught him to do that. He was abided by the law, and they still took his life. So what's next? We can't go bleach ourselves. We can't go dye our skin another color. Just stop.
Real talk.
Babe, I can't hear you.
All right. Y'all take
All
care.
right, y'all.
All right.
All right.
We're watching you, Eddie.
Peace.
Bye.